Hello and welcome once again to our family workshop. Now in this video we're focusing on pet themed scroll saw projects. We always emphasize the scroll sawing, it should be fun, the projects you should do should be enjoyed, and this one, great fun to do. We all love our pets, we love our scroll sawing, so the idea is to combine the two things together. So as always, to start off, we've prepared our woods, we've prepared our designs, and then we transfer the design onto the wood itself. We've got a dog theme project, we've got a cat theme project, a rabbit theme project, a horse themed project, and a cat and dog themed project together. We're making some fridge magnets, a little hanging decoration, and some key rings as well. So using that carbon paper, we transfer the design onto the wood itself. You just draw around the outline to get all of those details and those guidelines ready for us to follow. Now we're using a method of stack cutting. A different method again. We've shown one where we screw pieces of wood together, we've shown where we sellotape pieces of wood together, but also using our Starbond super glue, you can super glue just a tiny little bit on each corner and stick the two pieces of wood together. We're using stack cutting in this video for two different reasons, and we'll come on to them as it's appropriate. So once you've marked the designs on, as always, we do all of those drill holes ready for doing the pierce work. We have a larger drill bit for doing the larger holes. So for instance, where we use the hole to put our key ring through. And then these smaller holes allow us to do really fine detail on our pierce work. So the first project that we're doing, we've got our rabbit design on a simple decoration. It's being cut out in a piece of mahogany. We start off by doing that pierce work, and then afterwards, we cut out the surrounds. A simple project, ideal for a beginner, and highlighting how you can use your pierce work to create the image and use the negative space. So the negative space where we cut out using the scroll saw to create the image of our rabbit. Our second project, slightly more complex, more detail on the pierce work, and also we are stack cutting. The reason we are stack cutting in this example is to be more productive. You're getting two fridge magnets. That's what they're gonna be, a horse themed fridge magnet. So you do all of the pierce work for our horse to create a lot of the detail on that project. You cut the surround afterwards, and because you super glued in the four corners, once you cut that surround away, you then have two pieces when you've only cut one time. We also do the same then on our next project. This is our dog and cat together theme project. So again, we do the pierce work and we're using the negative space of the cut to create an outline of our cat and dog. When you use this idea of negative space to create that silhouette, you've got to make sure that you don't cut the entire silhouette of the cat and dog out, because you'll end up with a big hole in your design. So that's why we have to decide which bits of the design are going to be left in and which bits to create that silhouette with. Again, we've used that method of stack cutting. It gives you two for the price of one. We're on to then our cat themed key ring. And again, we're using negative space to create the image of the cat. So on this cat themed key ring, this is where those fine holes, they come in really useful, because we can use them to create fine detail like the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and the whiskers as well. Really adds character to the key ring, and that silhouette really brings it to life. On to our next project then, and this is a dog themed keyring. We're going to use stack cutting, but we're going to use it for a different reason and with a different method. So again, we're working on our top layer first of all. And what we do all of our detail using those holes that we've cut out. We also cut away the bottom lip, and this will be reattached later on. So what all of these little bits where we're cutting out the eyes, lines on the head, the lips, above the nose, the nostrils, this all adds character and interest to the design. It's again using that negative space. We're going to use that later on creatively to give this project a completely different dimension. So as you can see, we do all of that pierce work and all of the detail that we want on our top layer. We then use our Starbond super glue, and there's a link in the description. You can get a 10% discount by using that link on the Starbond range. We then super glue our top layer to the bottom layer, but we use Starbond's colored super glues to fill in the gaps, to create black detail and black lines on our dog, and to really give this keyring a completely different dimension. Now, you may notice there's some excess super glue. We go across to our belt sander, we sand it off, and the same with all of our projects. We sand them off just to take off any sharp edges and to give us a finer finish. We then go back onto the workbench and we're doing our hand carving. So for our horse design, we've got a lot of the detail from the pierce work we've already done. However, we can use our hand carving skills to get a little bit of separation between the horse and the horseshoe. Also as well, we can put the back eye, so you get the two eyes of the horse into the design, and it just gives the carving that allows the whole project to have an extra dimension, more levels to it. We do the same on other projects where we're just shaping them slightly to give them a better finish. We add our fridge magnets to the back of our fridge magnet projects, again using our Starbond super glue and the accelerant. And then it's 3 coats of shellac sanding sealer, rubbing it down in between each coat, and then a final coat of linseed oil mixed with beeswax. So there you go, 5 pet themed projects. Have a go yourself. Fantastic scroll saw projects to do, simple ideas, but always very effective. Have a go as well, that coloured Starbond super glue, it really does add another dimension to your projects. Finishing off then, we're just putting the key rings, putting those loops on there so you can hang your keys on, a big loop for the dog because of the thickness of the 2 layers, and a smaller loop for the cats. Great fun. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. If you're new here and you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you know when we upload another video. And as always, thank you again for watching.